awesome. You know, this whole thing started because after Cody died, I heard a story about a young man in Huffman that had had the opportunity to have a heart screen. Huffman was one of the forethinkers and said, you know what, let's include EKGs with sports physicals. And then the school nurse there, Kathy Arnold, started catching a little flack from some of her parents because it was an extra $20 expense. And she said, well, you know what, I'm gonna call Crosby. And we're sister communities. And maybe Crosby will do it with me. We'll deflect the heat. And we'll maybe bigger data pool, we'll catch some kids. Well, sure enough, Huffman calls Crosby, and Crosby, for whatever reason, just got busy. I don't blame anybody. It just didn't happen. And but Huffman went ahead with the program and screened their athletes on a Saturday. Those athletes started 2-a-day practices on a Monday. Well, Dr. DeBosch, who's here, and I want to get to in a minute, read that EKG on a Monday morning, and he calls Huffman. He says, where is a young man named Chris Aguilar? And they said, well, he's been in conditioning drills for the last 30 minutes, 2 a day, starting today. And Dr. DeBosch said, no, he needs to be off the field. You need to bring him in, call his parents. He ought to go see a cardiologist. I'm seeing something very irregular in his EKG. Let me tell you about it. HIPAA laws don't always let us know our victory stories. So if Chris wanted to stay in the background, Chris could stay in the background. Chris chose to say, you know what, folks? I had the opportunity for an EKG. And you know what? I think it saved my life. Chris went into a Texas Children's Hospital and had a 7-hour heart surgery, about 12 ablations on his heart, and he's been my spokesman ever since. When I got ready to go to the UIL to say, hey folks, let's add EKGs to your sports physicals, Chris was right there. It was Cody's birthday. Chris spoke for, he said, here's my words, here's what it did for me. Now let me step over here. Let me tell you about a young man whose birthday would have been today that didn't get to talk to you. And he's talked to the UIL Legislative Council. When we left that Legislative Council, they decided to have an ad hoc committee who was going to go in and with superintendents, with the medical advisory committee, and make up a form which is now going to 600,000 student athletes in the state of Texas. With that, they get all the warning signs of sudden cardiac arrest. They get all the different types of sudden cardiac arrest that can occur, groups that are screening, what to do if you see an event, and all that happened because this young man went with me. Not only did he do that, but we got to the point of a hearing on House Bill 1319, Cody's Law. I called Chris again. I said, Chris, it'd really be good if you could come talk to the State House Public Education Committee. He said, where'd I be and when? And when he finished speaking, Representative Dutton looked at Chris Aguilar and he said, young man, that's how you get a bill passed. We didn't get there, but it wasn't because this guy wasn't a champion. Chris Aguilar is back to he's a healthy young man. He has been playing football. He is volunteering at the hospital. He's volunteering at the fire department. This is what we want our kids to do, and I would like y'all to help me, Chris Aguilar.